Hello viewers, and welcome back to the card mat. I'm going to do a nice little trick for you now, and I honestly don't know what this is called because it's from so long ago that I've had this one. But it's a very nice trick, very deceptive, and guaranteed it'll blow people away. Hope you watch it, hope you stay for the tutorial, hope you enjoy it more than anything else. With that, here's my performance. Right, what I'm going to do in this is give you a lesson in cheating. I'm going to show you different ways of palming a card. I'm also going to show you a very nice misdirection, right? And for doing it, I'm going to use every magician's favourite 4 cards. The 4 aces, right? So we've got the ace of diamonds, we've got the ace of clubs, we've got an ace of spades, and we've got the ace of hearts, right? So we just take these 4 aces, put the pack down here a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. Now, the first way of palming is the simplest one, and it's one that you don't always get away with really. Because all you're doing is palming the card off in your hand, so it can't be seen in your hand. Unless of course you turn your hand and then the card actually gets seen. So there's one way of doing it. And that was using the ace of hearts, right? So what we'll do is we'll just put the ace of hearts down there because we've finished with that one now. Another good one is called an invisible palm, right? This is step 1 of the invisible palm. You hold the card up in like a 10 position and you take the card in your hand so it can't be seen that way. Better than a normal palm though, you can actually bend your hand over and turn it so that you can't see the card in your hand that way. And it doesn't become visible again until you actually stick it onto the table, and you'll see there you got the 2 aces down there. I'll show you it again. I'll use these 2 again. The next step from the invisible palm is another more deceptive invisible palm, and again you're palming the card off in your hand so it can't be seen, and you can close your hand and you can turn your hand over so it can't be seen. But this is where this one gets even better, because you can actually open 2 with your fingers and they still can't see the card. Again, until you put your hand on the table and the card reappears down there. That then just leaves us with the ace of hearts, doesn't it? So what we'll do is we'll take the ace of hearts and we'll just leave that there for a minute. Leaves us with the spade, the club, the diamond, and obviously the spade going back on the top again. Now this is the most deceptive one, and it's called the table palm. And it's where you take their card and you stick it onto the top, right? Their card onto the top of the pile. And all you're doing is palming it onto the table. But it becomes so invisible that, oh, messed up on that. I'll try it again. It becomes so invisible that they can't see it underneath your hand. Obviously, because your hand's covering it. But then a little bit of practice and you can actually move your hand so it disappears from the table. Now they all think it's in your hand, but, well, it is. But you've got an invisible palm. The best invisible palm there is, because you can actually turn your hand straight over. And again, they can't see it. Until again, you put your hand down there. And then you see you have 4 cards there. So that's a nice way of palming cards. Good way of cheating. And I know what you're thinking, because everybody thinks the same thing. I already had 4 cards down there and the ace is still on the top of the pile. Well, just to prove you're wrong, the ace isn't on the top of the pile. It did go. Again, I know what you're asking. Nice little bit of cheating, but where did the misdirection come in? Well, if you didn't get it, the misdirection worked, didn't it? Because what I've actually done is made it so I've got the best poker hand you could possibly have. Cheating and misdirection. You might have got the cheating. I bet you've missed that misdirection though. That's why it's called misdirection. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you soon. Nah, I'm only kidding. If you want to see a tutorial, there's one coming up next. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little performance enough to hang around to see the boring bit, if you want to call it that, or the educational bit. Right, there is a setup. Obviously, a trick like that's got to have a setup. You need your 4 aces. Spade, heart, club and diamond. That order. Well, it's the order I always do it in anyway. Spade, heart, club and diamond. It doesn't matter as long as the red, black, red, or red, black, black. Right? Spade, heart, club, diamond. Along with that, you need jack, queen, king, and then a 10. I prefer using spades because if you know about poker, it's the highest royal flush you can get in spades. The jack, queen, 10, jack, queen, king, and ace. Right? So you have them set up in that order. The 4 aces, the jack, queen, king with the 10. Right? Close them up, put them on the top, and keep a pinky break between all of them. So you've got a pinky break underneath your 10. And you put the 4 aces straight onto the top of there. So you've got a pack of, 9 cards with a pinky break. Use whatever chat you want to, whatever dialogue, however you want to perform the trick. But you start off by showing your 4 aces. So you just thumbing off the top cards to show 4 aces. Pick them up, put them square onto the top of the pack, and then take everything from the break. So you're taking everything down to the 10. Take the ace, and flip that over, and move your hand all the way over the pack. Because when you turn the ace of clubs, you're dropping everything down onto the pack. So then you can pull these 2 off and use the ace of hearts to flip the spade over and then turn the heart over. Right? So I'll just go through that again. Club and diamond. You got your break on your 10. You put them onto the top. You pick everything from the break up. You half pull off the ace of diamonds, saying what it is. Flip it over with this packet. Pull the ace of clubs off. Flip it over with this packet and then just put everything down. Take the ace of hearts off and use that to flip the ace of spades. And then you just flip the ace of hearts over. Right? Next part. You want to end up with 5 cards in your hand. But you want it to look like you're just taking the 4 aces off the top. So you just spread out 4 cards and just slightly push out the 5th card with your thumb. So you're pushing 1, 2, 3, and as you're pushing the 4th, the 5th card just goes along with it. And while you've still got them cards there, you pull it straight back, but keep a pinky break underneath it. So that when you square them up, you can just pick everything up from your pinky break, and you took the 5 cards that you need. Put the pack down. Now, the easiest way is just to turn your hand and put it down because you don't want to try messing around and flashing your top card. So you just take the, square them up, pull them away and put the pack down. Then you just do a count to show you got 4 cards. So you're holding it in biddle grip, which is basically your fingers on the top edge, your thumb on the bottom edge, and you're just peeling 1 card off, 2 cards off, 3 cards off. Now this is your double. You've got 2 cards there. So you want to make sure they stay as 1 as you put that down. So it just looks like you got 4 cards. And then you square up. So again, you're just taking the top card, the 2nd card, the 3rd card and putting your double onto the top. And you square them up. Then you go into your little pattern about doing palms and you just turn it over. Now I'm not going to go in depth on palming a card. There's plenty of tutorials out there. I'm not sure if I've got any myself. If I haven't, I'll have to get one done, won't I? So basically all you're doing is using your little, the tip of your little finger just to contact that top corner, just to push the ace over the edge, just so you can then push down on it so the card will pop up. So on the corner, up, push it over and it pops it up. So it'll pop it up straight into your hand naturally. So you go on about doing a palm, and you've just got the card palmed in your hand so it can't be seen, don't open your fingers up because they'll see it through it. And I know I didn't in the performance. I stood rigid. It doesn't really matter because you're not really trying to hide it. You're showing a way of doing a palm. So if your thumb goes out rigid, don't worry about it in this trick. But when you're naturally doing a palm, you should have your hand more relaxed. Right? As I say, I'm not going fully in depth on a palm now. So you'd say about a palm and how good it is, apart from you can't turn your hand over because you'd actually get to see the card. And put the ace back onto the bottom again. Turn the packet over. Again, hold it in your biddle grip and you just peel off 1, 2 and 3 cards. So you got the ace of hearts and the ace of spades here. Which you put it on the table. You show the ace of hearts. You say, well, we've finished with the ace of hearts and we just put that on the table. And put them down so that they don't split because you don't want to put them down and them seeing 2 cards. So you put that down so there's only 1 card showing. That was not too good. So there's only 1 card showing. And you go, right, I'll show you again. Then you just get the next top card and just hold it in a tent position, which is basically just picking it up and trapping it between your fingers there and on your thumb. So it's actually in a standing up position. Because you're doing the invisible palm. And on an invisible palm, you make it look like you're taking the card, but all you're doing is just moving your thumb and letting that card drop. That's all you got to do. That's why you have it in a tent position. You're just moving your thumb and the card will drop. Keep your first finger at the top edge. So in case it drops down and it's not square, you can square the cards up quickly. So all you do is hold it there. You pull your hand in position as if you're going to take it away. You let the card drop down and you square it. And then you make it look like you're palming the card away. And you see how good an invisible palm is. Now the way I like to go on this from there, instead of just turning over and showing there's nothing in your hand, because you're going to be doing another invisible palm in a minute. So what I always do is say it's invisible that way. And you can even bend your fingers in and turn your hand so that they can't see the card. Then turn it back and open your hand up. And when you're putting it down, all you're doing is just knocking that top card so it spreads it so they can see 2 cards. And you can turn them over to show that you've got 2 aces down there. Now while they're looking at them 2 aces, all you're going to do is peel the top cards off, leaving you with 2 cards in your hand here. So you're going to peel the top card off and put your double onto the top and then put them down. Again, so your top cards don't split. And you pick these 2 cards up again. It's got a bend in the corner. You pick these 2 cards up again and you go, look, I'll show you an invisible palm again using the ace of spades. Again, stick into your little tent position and you do the exact same move again. You go to take it and you're just letting the card drop and squaring it up in your hand. So I'll show you another invisible palm, a better one. You take it away, but you've actually got the 2 cards there, nothing there. And again, you say it's invisible that way, and you can close your hand over and you can turn it and it's invisible that way. But this is where this one's even better, because you can actually open 2 fingers and it can't be seen. See, it just adds a bit more to the last invisible palm. And it can't be seen until again you open your hand up and you put it down. And again, you're just spreading the top card over to show 3 cards there. You say, so all I'm left with, now you can just go over and turn it over like that to say, look, all I've got left is the ace of hearts. But I like digging the bottom left corner into my palm, well, the base of my thumb, sticking my middle finger on the top corner and keeping it tight, and then just turning it over and squaring it with your little finger and your ring finger so they can see the ace of hearts, and then just turn it back down again. So you're just putting your middle finger on there, spinning it around, clipping it, and then turning it back down. So they've just seen the ace of hearts. You pick these 3 up and stick it onto the top. Then you just show again. So what we'll do is we'll take the ace of hearts, and you can do it face up, as long as you don't split them. So what we'll do is we'll take the ace of hearts and we'll just put that there a minute. So we've got the ace of spades. Now you're just peeling the top card and the bottom card together. So I'm peeling the ace of spades off the bottom with the top card, which will be the king. So you're keeping them fingers on the ace and your thumb on the top. Pull the top one over slightly and then pull the bottom one out slightly, just so you can pull them two cards out. Because it makes it easier, because your fingers contacting the top corner and your thumb's contacting the bottom corner of them cards, and you're pulling two cards out together as one. So you go, we've got the ace of spades, we've got the ace of clubs, but don't turn it. Go, we've got the ace of clubs, take the top card and go, we've got the ace of diamonds, and again we've got the ace of spades going on the top. Now if you want to, when you're putting them down, put them down so you put the double down together, put the next one down next to it, and put the ace on it, so you're showing three cards. Make sure you don't split that bottom card as you're putting them, the bottom one as you're putting them down, and show four. Ace of spades on the bottom, then two in the middle. So again, you're just pulling the top one and the bottom one, pulling that out, stick it down as one card, stick that down as the ace of diamonds, stick that down as the ace of spades. Then you see about the ace of hearts, you're going to do a thing called a table palm. Now you've got the 10 of spades there. Now what you need to do is get the 10 of spades on top of the ace of hearts. That's why on the first attempt you mess up. Because while you're showing them the ace of hearts, you're getting a break underneath the 10 of spades. So again, you can either do a pinky pull down and flip it up, or you can just do a quick push off, pull back and catch your break. Put the ace of hearts onto the top. Now, as you're doing this table palm, you're going to be pushing them two cards together down. It's not going to matter too much if they split, because they're going to be covered by your hand. Because what you're going to do is push them down. When they get to there, you're going to use your two fingers, your middle finger and your ring finger on the back of that card to hold it still, while you use your thumb to pull your ace of hearts back onto the packet. So you're actually taking the 10 of spades out. So you'd push them down, pull your ace back, catch the 10, but bring it down so it looks in a mess. Say, hang on, I've done that wrong. Now you just put the ace of hearts onto the top of the pack. And now you're going to put the 10 of spades on top of that. The exact position you want it in. It will take you a bit of time to practice this one. It is a bit of a tricky move. So you're just pushing them down, pulling the ace back as you trap the 10, but leave it sticking out so it looks really bad. Go, hang on, I'll do that again. Then you put the 10 onto the top. And now you do a proper table palm. It's exactly the same as what I've just done with the ace. You're pushing down and you're pulling back. But you're not, because you're only doing one card, obviously there's nothing going under your hand, whereas you had the 10 before. So once your hand's there and you're pulling that back. So you put it down, your hand comes up. As it's coming down, you start pulling that back. So it's square on the packet as you pull the pack away. And they'll think you've got the card under there. Then it's just a case of tensing your hand up a bit, as if you're trying to get a grip on a card, and you pick it up and keep your hand rigid so they think you've got the card in your hand, because that's what they're supposed to think. And you go, it's invisible this way. But better than the other palms, you can actually turn your hand straight over and it can't be seen. Again, until you put it down. And now on this one, you've got to contact that card. Because your double is the bottom card, you need to contact what looks like the bottom card with the pad of your finger, and just pull that across. So when you pull your hand away, you're now showing 4 cards. Then you say, I know what you're thinking, the ace is still on the top. So that's where you can get and turn over the top card to show it's not an ace, it is the 10. The ace did disappear. Then you tell them about the misdirection, and all you've got to do is just turn these cards over and they'll all be in order for a royal flush in spades. And it's as easy as that. Well, maybe not as easy as that, but I just made it look easy. Give it a bit of a practice. It's a very good trick, very deceptive, especially when you turn over and show you got a royal flush, because they've seen the aces going down. They're going to wonder where they came from. Very mind blowing. have fun with it, practice it, go and amaze people. And I'll see you soon.